Close. Okay. Okay, let's begin with the second part of our talk this afternoon. So there are so many different schools of Feng Shui. So there are landform, there are campus, and also there are Feng-style theory.
2番目の人ですけれども、風水は多くの流派があります。例えばラット派ですとか、力派原風水ですとか、そういった流派があります。
Okay, can we combine different schools of Feng Shui? If can, how can we do that? Let's welcome Master Janene from Australia.
風水理論と合わせることができますかということで、スタイル面にしていただきます。
Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Good afternoon, everybody. Are you awake? That's the first thing I need to hear. So if you can hear me down the back, Master Surendran, put your hand up. Can you hear me? Just checking. Hands up if you've fallen asleep. Oh, I thought so, Master Bochu. All right. I think it's time that we did a little bit of Feng Shui investigating here. So my presentation for this afternoon is all about combining landform, compass and flying star into our urban living spaces. More and more, whether you're going out on site as a consultant or whether you're going to pick or select a family home for yourself, the chances are nowadays, whether you're living in Australia or the US or any part of Asia, that you're going to live in some form of cluster, medium density housing. So it's really important to know that you can get great Feng Shui in these spaces. First of all, before I start, I always like to acknowledge and to thank my masters, because without these wonderful gentlemen, I couldn't do that which I love to do so much. Each and every day, they inspire me to always keep on learning and to do better. So I hope also that you also pursue your journeys going forward in your Feng Shui knowledge. Residential cluster housing complex. If you're looking to buy one, the first connection you'll usually have is a rather lovely glossy picture. And then the developer will probably give you a very nice description about how wonderful life will be to live in such a place. A description a bit like this. This is a luxurious freehold semi-detached cluster development nestled in an exclusive enclave in Singapore. Amidst lush and quiet surroundings, the complex comprises 60 beautiful modern tropical spa homes with a cosy guest room and 4 spacious bedrooms over 5 floors of stylish living comfort. Now, if that's not enough, you'll also have a wide range of resort facilities, such as a lap pool, a lounge pool, a jacuzzi, a spa bed, water reflexology foot massage, hydrotherapy foot massage, gymnasium, massage shower, and much, much more. Well, I'm sold already. It doesn't matter to me. Clearly, it wouldn't matter if I move in there and fall ill, or I move in there and my business goes bankrupt. With all those other wonderful things, life will be fine. But is that the case? So let's have a look. Let's have a bit of an investigation. Let's take a journey together. And let's see how the Feng Shui is of this complex. And as with anything, before I go and see a client, before I leave home, I do a couple of things. One is I look at their Batsu, their Chinese astrology, their 4 pillars of destiny. I like to know what I'm dealing with, what sort of clients, what sort of luck cycle they're in, all that sort of thing. So I like to leave home a little bit armed, forearmed. The other thing that I like to do is I like to go on Google Earth. Now this does not and will never replace a site inspection. A few years ago, Master Bo Chu gave a fantastic presentation presentation in Singapore about how he never does remote consultations. And I must say at the time, I was doing them. But after his presentation, I stopped, and I haven't done them since, because you simply cannot replace being on the ground and having a look. But having said that, Google Earth is an absolutely wonderful tool to use just to get a macro or bird's eye view of the site. So, here's the site in question. Right here. Residential complex, right here. As you can see, up here is the compass, so that we know already the site lies along an east-west axis. This is the front of the site here, this faces west, this is the rear of the site, this faces east. Already I know that there's a river lying right here in the north. That's the first thing that I can see here. Also along here, I can see that there is a woodland located to the east of the site. So I already know that some of the features, some of the natural landforms surrounding the site, from a compass perspective, support it. Then I can have a little bit more of a look around and have a see what else I can look. I know that the river travels, this is an upper reservoir here, this is actually a river that links two reservoirs. This is an upper reservoir here out of the picture, there's the lower reservoir there. So theoretically speaking, once they release water, water should move this way along here. I can also have a look and see a couple of really nice potential sites. If a client said to me, there's some land available around here, pick me a good spot. Looking from Google Earth, a couple of good spots here. First thing I see here is a water mouth right here. So this section in here is my favourite word, Master Skinner, it's an interfluve right in here. So I know that I can measure the direction of the water mouth, and using the 72 dragon ring on the Sanherlopan, I can use that formula to determine a specific sitting direction for a house in here to really fine-tune that.